We're joined in this broadcast by Ms. Jennifer Ewing, who is a spokesperson for the Republicans overseas UK. She's joining us live on this broadcast. Ms. Ewing, this is a very important moment for the people in the United States of America, and indeed, people are looking at the Trump administration. RFK Jr. has been confirmed, and he's in fact turned around and said that his ideas of vaccination were completely turned around, and he now says that he's not against the idea of vaccinations, even though in the past he's gone on record to say that he's not convinced that vaccinations save lives. How do we comprehend this contradiction?
Hi, thanks for having me. So, yeah, it's interesting, and I've spoken a lot to people in America about this, and a lot of it depends on which news outlet you watch. How you perceive what Kennedy has said in the past. He's been very clear, however. He is not an anti-vaxxer. He's not against all vaccines. He's just questioning why a brand new innocent baby needs 72 vaccines, in the first few years of its life. So what he's doing, both from a food situation and a drug situation, is just asking questions and pointing out things like there's a lot of chemicals and poisons in the food we have in America that are, quite frankly, illegal in other countries. So all he's doing is saying, let's investigate this, figure out what works, what's hurting us, because we do have an obesity problem. So the food and drug industry in our country right now is not working.
Interesting. Now, the other department that's also under a lot of scrutiny at this moment is the Department of Education. Donald Trump in the past has said that he wants to dismantle it altogether. And the person that he's chosen is Linda McMahon. She's formerly been the CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment. What are her credentials and how is she expected to change the Department of Education there?
Sure. You mean outside of wrestling credentials? She was part of the Connecticut, which is a state on the U.S. East Coast, but part of the school board. So she is credentialed. What's interesting is she will be appointed to this department. And like she said, she doesn't want to completely dismantle it, but it does need reform, just like Health and Human Services. When it was formed in 1979, with all good intentions, I believe under the Carter administration, Jimmy Carter, the actual way in which people are learning, children are learning in the United States, has continued to decline. We are a very wealthy country for the most part. We spend a lot of money on public education at a federal level, and yet the test scores and the reading levels and the math levels of our students continues to get worse. So what they are suggesting, and I think where it will probably end up, is states have more control over how the education goes. So if California, for example, a quite liberal state, wants to have more of a liberal twist to the way they're teaching their children, then great, and the voters can decide.
Indeed, we'll have to see as to how things pan out. Thank you very much indeed, Ms. Jennifer Ewing, for joining us and getting us that perspective. Thank you very much. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.